explorers to a planet, or would be more cavalier about sending to investigate interesting things. Because, well, if you lose one, you've got 999 others. So if we can make them very small, maybe we can achieve this and send lots of them.
Not only may Rodney Brooks redefine our concept of intelligent robots, he may also be giving us an insight into how our own brain has evolved. Are there any correlations between the insect brain and the human brain?
Well, that's a controversial question, and different people will give different answers. Other people postulate that there's something significantly different, some central organizing principle in the human brain, whereas I tend to believe that there is no theory of human intelligence. It just emerges from this collection of multiple independent agents.
So in that way we're fairly similar to insects?
Just a lot bigger, yeah.
A computer screen the size of a postage stamp may not seem like a useful idea, but with a little imagination, it could change forever the way we relate to our computers. Now this is a prototype of the private eye. A tiny high-resolution screen is connected to a personal computer via this cable. Inside there's a line of light-emitting diodes which is reflected in a vibrating mirror, and the mirror is moving so fast our eyes tricked into seeing a grid of lights. And that grid can be varied to show a picture, just like a full-size computer screen. Now to try it on. It's a little clumsy in this form, but we're told the production models will be more stylish. Now, what I'm seeing is the normal output of the computer. But because only my right eye is watching the screen, the image appears to be floating about an arm's length away, superimposed on my normal vision. With this, I can have access to computer data without having to take my eyes off my work. A technician could fix an engine with the computerized maintenance instructions literally under his or her nose. The applications are endless for surgeons, engineers, security workers, even astronauts. There are plans for a color version of the screen and earphones for sound. It should also be possible for the private eye to accept a video signal. That will add a new dimension to the movies. Your own picture show right before your eyes, anytime, anywhere.
Coming up on Beyond 2000, modern science examines ancient medical cures. Allow us to clear up a few things about pool care. New BioGuard Smart Sticks last up to twice as long as ordinary chlorine.
Battles of all time began on these beaches. 50 years ago, thousands of men stormed ashore here. Americans, Canadians, British, and the free forces of Europe were attacking Adolf Hitler's Atlantic Wall. Germany's best soldiers waited for them. 59 infantry and 10 crack panzer divisions trained to hurl the Allies into the sea. Adolf Hitler had spent 4 years building steel and concrete bunkers and arming them with the best guns German engineers could build. Adolf Hitler's Atlantic Wall was built to last 1,000 years, as long as Germany's iron rule over the conquered nations of Europe. Hitler intended to stop the Allies and push them back into the sea. He was under attack and needed time to perfect his super weapons. The guided missile, the jet airplane, perhaps even the atomic bomb. For 12 and a half weeks, 2 million men fought in the fields of Normandy, a quiet French province along the English Channel 200 miles from Paris. 100,000 young men were killed here. 300,000 were wounded. Nobody knows how many French civilians caught on the battlefield died. This film is about a few of us who took part. The words, most of them, were written down 50 years ago.
August 6, 1940. First occupation of the Chateau de Perrier by the Germans. In all, 2 non-commissioned officers and 4 enlisted men.
For Marie-Louise Osmond, a widow living in the chateau at Perrier, 4 miles from the French coast, the battle for Normandy began on August 6, 1940, when German troops were billeted in her chateau.
To see those 6 aviators wearing boots settle down in 3 rooms, the grey room and little library room on the left going up the stairs, and the large room with the 2 beds on the right. It seems terrible. For me, they represent defeat. I am heartbroken.
Hitler had begun his conquests in 1939 when he marched into Czechoslovakia and Poland. In 1940, Hitler conquered Norway, Denmark, Belgium, Holland, and France. He trapped Europe's last free army at Dunkirk, but 340,000 soldiers escaped across the English Channel to Great Britain. Hitler ordered his Air Force to bomb Great Britain into submission.
Never before in the history of man has the havoc of fire been seen like this. The heart of London engulfed in flames. No military objective, no center of war industries. The bombing was ruthless and wanton.
For 8 months, German airplanes attacked targets in Great Britain night after night, day after day. Before the attacks were over, 40,000 London civilians were killed.
29 years ago, a boy was born of the Milburns, 3 months before the First World War broke out.
Clara Milburn was a British mother. Her son Alan had been captured by the Germans and was a prisoner of war. She took in children evacuated from British cities.
Now we are deep into another great war. The little boy, a grown man, is a prisoner of war. I am glad we could not see into the future. It would have been terrifying indeed. I go on, keeping on the surface of things, as it were, lest I go down and be drowned. Every moment, Alan is in my thoughts. Every hour I send out my love to him, and wonder and wonder. This queer, unreal world carrying on in some ways here just as before, with his gorgeous weather, and yet most other things so somber and heartbreaking.